So here's the first page of my spreadsheet where I have the information from my poll. I have the columns labeled and the numbers there. So to create a graph for this, I need to highlight that, and then I'm going to go to the graph tools. In Excel, there's a little button called charts, and it shows you all your bar, column, and pie charts that you can choose from. So you just have to decide what kind of chart you want. I think first I'll start with the pie chart. And you just click what you want it to look like, and there it is. Now to change the way it looks, to change the words, you have to use the toolbox, which is that palette over there on the right hand side. And you can see you can click chart title and add a chart title to that. You can change the colors of the pie. For a pie chart, you can add in percents. Or the actual value if you want to see exactly how many people were Iowa Hawkeyes. And they have a bunch of different little options there for your pie chart. Let's get rid of that and let's make a column graph with bars. And the columns go straight up and down. And this one has the school names underneath the bars, and you can see the levels that they're at. Over on the right hand side, you can change that a little bit if you want them to be color coded, and then all the schools appear on the right hand side color coded. Again, you can add a chart title. And you can add the values and different category axis names, label the sides of the graph, all from the toolbox palette on the right hand side of your screen. So at the very bottom you'll notice this tab called Sheet 1. If you double click that, you can name that sheet. We'll name that poll. And the second sheet, what I'm going to do is build something that's similar to the second sheet that you have to do for your tech challenge assignment. Just so we're doing something different, I'm going to do like I'm hosting a dinner. So I'm going to put my title up here at the top. You can double click that and you can type in a title. And then this is my hosting a dinner thing. I have expenses and I have revenue on the other side, very similar to what you're going to do. You can drag the columns to make them a certain width so that your text all fits, or you can double click the line in between and it'll automatically fit. So for my big charity dinner party I'm hosting, I have a list of expenses and I would like to know exactly how much I'm total, what my total expenses are. So in order to do that, I need to add up everything in that column. In spreadsheets, you build formulas by typing an equal sign as the very first thing in the cell, and then once you do that, you tell the cell what formula you want. If I want to add up these numbers, I'm going to do a sum, which is equal sign SUM, and I'm going to be adding, and see here it's asking me what I want to add, and I'm going to drag a rectangle around all the numbers that I wanted to add. So I want them to add this column. Unclick, and there you can see it added that column of numbers, and now I have total expenses. In my revenue side, notice I have the people served left empty for my dinner party. Let's say I'm hosting a dinner party and it costs $45 a plate to come. If I put $45 there, I can't calculate my total revenue correctly because that's only one person served. What I want is to calculate how much I'm making depending on how many people I serve. So if I serve 10 people, how much money am I making? So I'm going to build a formula again. And this is just like a math problem. I'm going to do equal sign. So I want a formula that takes that number in that box times, and in formula it's the asterisk sign. $45 is the price of the plate. So I do that and I can delete that number there. Whatever is in this box, the box to the right of it is going to calculate it times 45. So if I serve 3 people, I have made $135 in people served. So I'm going to do the same thing for my total revenue. I'm going to do a sum formula, equal sign sum with those boxes, and then I have a formula for how much money I've made. Now I want to see what my total profit is. Profit would be how much money I made minus my expenses. So I'm going to say equal sign that box minus that box. And you can tell that box now will take my revenue minus my expenses. So right now I'm losing $685 because I only served 3 people. If I adjust that number, let's say I serve 25 people, my revenue went up, and you can see my total profit is now 305. The next thing we want to do is format the cells so that they actually have dollar signs. This is called formatting the cells, and you can do that up at the top by going Format Cells. Otherwise, there's a really handy button right there, the dollar sign, and all you do is highlight the numbers that you want to be currency, and then you click the dollar sign and it'll change it into money. And it'll stay that way. If you change the numbers and change your formula up, the numbers will change, but they will all be listed as dollar signs.